Ned was my first, and my only, serious boyfriend. We were married in 1992, when I was 18 and Ned, 22. And no, contrary to the assumptions of many at the time, I wasn't pregnant, although I would have loved to be. Ironically, 10 years later, I still hadn't become pregnant, and not for want of trying. It was the main reason why Ned divorced me, and moved swiftly on to, first Ruby, and then Vanessa. He obtained one son via each, and I had not known much beyond this, or particularly wanted to. Until, that is, the phone call, which I took yesterday, from an unknown number. Ned. I wouldn't have got through the breakup had it not been for 3 women. These were my best friends, each of whom I had known since primary school, Amelia, Imogen, and especially, the wonderful, kind, ever-loyal Catherine. So, I turned to the girls now, for support. Amelia placed my drink in front of me, a pint of Stella. We were positioned around our familiar corner table, in our beloved local. Thanks, Amelia, I said. Technically, it was only Imi's local nowadays. The rest of us took taxis there and back or, very occasionally, crashed at Imogen's mum's, where my friend still lived. By the time Imi might have considered moving out, her mother's health had been deteriorating. As an only child of a single parent, Imi had fallen into the role of carer, gradually reducing the hours she spent at her office day job. The caring had recently become full-time. "How's Natasha?" Imogen asked, looking at Amelia. Natasha was Amelia's eldest daughter, and she had recently had twin boys. "She's doing well, thank you. The boys are adorable, not technically identical but they look it. Tasha and Ron still can't agree on their names. I have a feeling Ron's mom has strong opinions on the subject, but I'm staying out of it." "How's Anne?" "Mom's okay," answered Imogen. "Good and bad days, you know. Playing it down." Her eyes told the truth, and Imogen was struggling. "Catherine, should we ask about?" I didn't need to finish my sentence. Probably best not to. Good and bad days too, I suppose. Catherine was dealing with the breakup of a 7-year relationship with her partner, Julie. That was the simplified explanation. Kathy's situation was complicated, and heartbreaking in so many ways. "How about you, Charlotte?" asked Imogen, and the focus shifted to myself. I explained about Ned's phone call, that he was going through the process of divorce again. That he had allegedly realized that it was me he loved, after all. "Do you believe him?" This from Amelia. I took a decisive swig of Stella. "Not really," I replied. "I'm more surprised that I don't even want to believe him than that I don't. Of course, it would suit him well enough to be with me now. I mean, he has what I couldn't provide, kids. Doesn't say much for his marriages to Ruby and Victoria, was it?" remarked Imogen. I grinned. "Vanessa, although given the rate at which he goes through women, it's doubtful that Ned remembers himself, by this point. But yes, I know what you mean. Even with Oliver and Ethan, the 2 boys, from the way Ned was talking, he thinks in terms of Oliver being the one he can be proud of for his academic achievements, and Ethan the one he will someday be able to talk football with down the pub. That sounds okay, and it kind of is, but Ned sees everything from his own perspective, at all times. It's about what he can get from each person. Still, even though I know all of this rationally, his getting in touch has still rattled me. Confused the hell out of me was more like it, but I didn't have to tell my friends that. Amelia's taxi came first. Then Imogen left too, saying that she wanted to get back for her mother. Catherine caught my gaze. held it. Another drink. I'd love that, but let me get this round. Kathy nodded. Okay, as long as you let me get the next. There was a connection there, between the two of us. It was much deeper even than our friendships with Amelia and Imogen, as much as both of them meant to us. The situation with Julie was messy. But the kiss Catherine and I had shared, after leaving Amelia's birthday party. It was early days for us, romantically. But, let's face it, we had been friends for so long. We knew one another, inside out. The attraction was mutual and powerful, and I knew that eventually, we would explore it. Looking into Kathy's hazel eyes, I smiled. I'll hold you to that, I said.